Hello, everyone. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If, you know, Painter. That's what her name. But I know it's a golden weekend or week. But hun, it's GOLD and then WEEK. Golden Weekend. So, but in this universe, she's called Painter. So, yeah. Plus, saying that number of times in the sentence is like not gonna make sense. So, and in his alternate universe, she has a sister named Ochako Oraka. Yeah. And she has the same quirk as her sister. Or I was gonna. But she's mostly focused on painting. Because she has creativity as her, like, abilities. Like, she can paint in thin air. Like, she could draw like a spear or out of thin air and it randomly pops up. And yeah, or she can make symbols like what she does in the anime. She can use like those symbols from, I'm trying to remember. But the and yeah, so and she's pretty good with the painting and thing. So yeah, let's begin with. Let's start with when she was born, almost around the same time, or at the same day as Ochako. So yeah, the Ochako was. They both were born at age of 4, and yeah, they both were, and they went to a quirk doctor, and the quirk doctor lied to them, or that she he has a paint quirk, and the Ochako has the gravity quirk. But he didn't say she has, or both of them have gravity. So, yeah, their father and mother were like, man, I thought we both got the same quirk. Same quirk. But yeah. And if you're hearing me breathing in the background, or hearing me breathing during these recordings, let me know. Yeah, so yeah, basically they decided because they wanted a Ochakos' gravity one, because yeah, so they got rid of her own sister, as she still paints like martial arts thing. Sorry if that bothers you. So the yeah. So the basically it is too powerful. How powerful? Yeah. And she decides to, like, let's do a time skip. So she's on like a road, side of a road. Um, and she can tell the doctor was lying to her own parents. Yeah. So she goes to UA. Hey. And she basically yeah, so Painter got into UA. And yeah. And she between both of them are at 15. So yeah. So she decides, okay, because so they didn't spend quality time together. Only times that they spent quality time was when they were only like 3 years old. Yeah. So now he's basically, or she basically painted a thing. Basically looks like a person. And yeah, she can control him. So yeah, so he basically took more points. Yeah. And some people actually think that's kind of weird, to be honest with you. Yeah, but as as a 0 pointer came and it ran over the ink, as she says, perfect. As ink prison, as the ink transformed into a giant prison, and when she closed her fist, or no, closed her hands into a fist, the prison starts to get smaller and crushing it. Yeah. As everyone saw how devastated she is. I like this new ability. Let's see that I have. She says to herself quietly. As after that, when she got home, or when she got back to her own apartment thing, as she looks at her hands and paint, but she realized that she has the same quirk as her own sister has. As she says, I will make you pay for lying to me. So yeah. Then the next day, she got accepted to class 1A. I was going to say 1B, but then I was like, yeah. When the half of me says yes, half of me says no. Because I'll just put her in class 1A. I'm going to do like a reboot version of it. So if I wanted to put her in class B, then I'll do it to reboot in one. So yeah. Basically, she got into class 1A with her own sister. As she doesn't know how to control her gravity powers either, but hers makes Ochako's looks like kind of like a kids play. Yeah. So, yeah. That's a scary thought. But she, at her own size, she can, or she has a full quirk. That Ochako is just like Ochako. So, yeah. And then, after that, I'm skipping the throw ball and the Heroes vs. Villains. And, of course, USJ, when they arrive, as she prefers, because she's, abandoned from, so she starts calling them Ochako instead of, the sister, she uses the Ochako's name. Hey Ochako, what's up? Thing. Yeah. Because as she's as Momo is happy about her creative techniques. So yeah, when they arrived, they get ambushed by the villains that had a Nomu as she Oh, look, there's villains. Yeah, and then let's say in this universe, Class A and Class B shared the same. So yeah. They're like panicking as she stayed mostly calm as she kind of used basically her techniques. As she looks at him, or looks at the Nomu, and she pictures a really buff guy. What she did? She drew him. To battle against the Nomu. As Shiraki-sen says, ha ha ha, you're so weak. As she says, huh. As she goes, you aren't my favorite teacher. Prepare to die. As she was mad. As she, like, basically grabs him by his, like, arms. Both arms. And slammed him into the one side, and thank goodness there was dust, because what she did next may shock you. When she was holding him by his arms, she lifted one leg up, and if you're a boy watching this video, yeah, as yeah, so yeah. Right in the crotch area. Yeah. And like, I was gonna say the, like, knee. And yeah. So yeah, so she's basically as she basically uppercuts him and like as she uses, because she has gloves, so she can take one glove off, put it in like her pocket, and she uses it, and plus she used it on every villain. As yeah, she basically made a tornado, small tornado, but it's very effective. And she basically, or all the villains are like swirling, like, I'm gonna be sick, no, turn it off. Yeah, Nomu was fighting against a buffed up version of him. Yeah, exact same time. And she can tell that which part they is his Achilles heel thing. And she tells her drawing, aim for her. Do you see that big brain thing? As he agrees. As he goes full speed, grabs the brain part, and rips it right out. Yeah, call that brutal. In the anime, she's like kind-hearted. And like she can do that. But in this what if, she is the same, but when someone makes her mad, she gets mad. Instead of like putting symbols on you, she can like basically draws a giant nuke and it would be a fake nuke. It will just not like, it won't destroy buildings. It will only destroy like yeah. So after that, she puts a glove back on. And she picks up Mr. Aizawa. Of course, she drew a backpack to put him in. So yeah. And she basically picks up 13 and does the same thing. Yeah. I actually never thought about this one. As she was still on her back, the 13. And of course, then she drew like her entire, like the back part here. That's one that I was talking about. So she basically drew her entire thing back. This like little girl drew the entire back part and like healed it up. Because she used like green, or like same color as her, outfit. And she's like, all done. And this one, yeah. So this is what, so yeah. And they're like, you're pretty good at. Yeah, that's my ability. But my quirk is different from my ability. Actually. As Ochako and them are like asking her, what is your quirk actually? We saw your ability to like draw. Well, my ability is also the same thing as you, Ochako. As she takes off her gloves, as she shows the same, like, in platinum. Do you see those little hands things? The ones or little dots on Ochako's hands? Yeah, when she showed it, to them, they were shocked. So they said, there's another gravity person? Yes, as she puts back on her gloves. Yeah. And when they got to the house part, or when she got back to the apartment thing, like hers, and or actually, let's say it was a house, because she made a lot of money. Yeah, she made sextillion tons of money. Yeah, for just one full night. Yeah, how crazy is that? Yeah, she basically bought a house with a yard or mansion, and yeah, with her own, like, it's like she, instead of winning the lottery, she like drew the lottery. Yeah, yeah, that's, some of you are like, what? She makes that much money for each picture? Yeah. And then let's switch over to Ochako's family. When she got home, she told her mother and father that her friend has the same quirk as her. That's good, sweetie. Hmm. What is their name? Well, the Golden Week Inc. And of course, as she, as when she says, "Oh, that's good, sweetie," as her father's like, "Yeah," and then or they eat and then they go to bed. But of course, her mother and her father were talking quietly to each other's like, we should tell her that the weekend is actually, or Golden Weekend is actually her sister. Or Painter was her sister, or is still her sister. So yeah, the next day it was finally time for them to tell her that that Painter is actually your sister, as she couldn't believe that her own sister that has the same quirk as her. Yeah. Of course. And no, I am not gonna do the, like, at the that painter's house. I am not gonna do like, oh, this my dad, or um Minor Manetter was went over there and like touched her in the inappropriate places thing. No, I am not gonna do that. That's 18 plus, but I'm trying to keep it nice and clean because there's kids watching this video. So yeah, the next day when she showed up, of course I'm skipping the sports festival and the internship, but the Ken Park, they went in there and so the fourth one, All Might versus All for One, then before All Might's demise, she decides to make a portal to guide her opponent, or her opponent's attack. Looked right back at him, as she says, "You will not touch my favorite idol, no, ever again." Yeah. So she's basically used her own paint thing as All for One's laughing, like, ha ha ha. You're here because, or you're just a child. So you're just a crippled old man that doesn't know his place yet. As Toga, she saw her friend that she made like when they were about 5 years old. Yeah. So she's basically tells her, as Ochako's who's yelling at the TV to get out of there, as she says, well, it's time for me to teach you a lesson. As she basically uses her paint thing to create a like two of these guys, two of them, as Bunny Girl was there, but she's impressed that this little girl has the nerve to be, as they both like, as she puts her paint stuff in her own backpack, and she takes off her gloves, puts it in her backpack, and she starts charging, like how Ochako did in the sports festival from Canon. Yeah. Ochako says, "My sister's lost her oven-loving mind." And like, Yeah, she did. And so, as Toga is like, "You go, girl," thing, as she's like happy about it. Yeah, so they were like, as everyone, as she basically played volleyball. Yeah, and she knows where the quirk is at of All for One, or like pinpoint, as she paints the like basically like erase or grab a eraser thing and like erased his quirk out of existence from a timeline even. As yeah, All for One and entire skin got disintegrated. Yeah. So you're a little as he used the that B word. Yeah. As as she got smacked like backhanded by him, sending her flying to the wall. As but she had like such a bloody hand, like there was literally blood came down her face. As two of her paint things grabs him by the arms and played tug of war. Yeah, like basically All for One got ripped in half. Half. Yeah, that's crazy. As it was so brutal that, yeah, everyone was, as they walk over, or as they helped her up, as did we win? As, yeah, as they both like went back into ink form and like went back into her backpack. As they're like, huh. As Ochako's parents and yeah, Ochako is like, yeah, wow. As before All for One was dying, he said these last words: "Your quirk is gravity, but how did you obtain paint? I was born with it." You jerk. As yeah, and then she kicks his head as she stubbed her toe. As yeah, so I'm skipping the dodgeball thing, and plus Ochako, who actually was gonna hang out with her sister, as her mother and father told to like basically bring her back. Yeah, and then when she was like, as she's like, yeah, can I hang out with you? Who? Sure. As she says, that's sweet. As next thing she sees, or when they got to there, what the? How did you like get all this? Yeah. As she's having like girls' night thing, or like the girls' day. To yeah, they even like yeah, and I'm skipping the overhaul fight because one and and overhauls is like that guy, but she basically and yeah, even everyone can't believe how or she asked or actually Ochako asked her own sister about how much does you make, Mel? Probably in sextillion tons of money, like each day. Wait, so you make sextillion tons per day? Man. And I don't know what's above the like sextillion tons are. But the so yeah. As she went from being like a or actually Aries was like, can we hang out together? Sure. As yeah. So she's basically saw the mansion and like yeah. And yeah. And yeah. Everyone and her popularity went through the roof. And plus Chaco's and of course Toga is hanging out with her own best friend. And because she actually told her that I wasn't being a villain. I was, because I know that we met like when I met your sister way before her. And she and I became best friends after she told me what was her power of her ability. So I asked her to remove my side effect thing from my quirk. And she did it. So, yeah. As her own as they're like so wait, hold on. She actually did save your life from it. Yeah. So this is the yeah. She actually got a boyfriend. Yeah. or should I say, the boyfriend, and actually asked her out. You know what it is? Which one? Definitely not Denki. Definitely not Manetter. But definitely not Zuko, because Zuko is married to Ochako. So yeah. And then, of course, one person out of class 1A or 1B, or let's, one from 1A is Tenya, Tenya, and from class 1B is the Monoma. I think that's how you pronounce his name, though. Yeah. So both of them were like, we saw her first, and like they were arguing as she walks over to both of them. And she literally told both of them, that's okay if you both, I mean, they don't mind dating both of you. And then they got dating, and then they got married. Yeah. And then, yeah. They, about this time, she is about the same age as her. Yes. Or was gonna say Mountain Lady, or younger than Mountain Lady, definitely. And basically, yeah, and they had a kid, or she gave birth to a kid that has the combined powers of speed, copy, and gravity. So basically, and the plus the ability of paint thing. So the child can run super fast, and when that toddler can also of course it was a boy, eh? Or actually it was a girl, so yeah. So they're like, yeah, heck yeah. Then now this is the end of the video. Oh, and peace out.